So, welcome everyone. Um, just to get a little bit of an idea of who's joining us today, I am especially pleased to see many of you again from the Writing for Publication workshop yesterday morning. That was just a wonderful time together. So, this is a very different from writing from publication for nursing, but I think especially as PhD students, as you continue to move forward, developing in your career as a nursing scientist, self-care and resilience is probably one of the main things that you need to focus on in order to stay healthy, and in order to continue to move forward and improve and move the knowledge base for nursing forward. So I'm especially happy to see a number of the PhD students. And then I don't know, in the afternoon, are you going to be joining the afternoon session? Maybe, maybe not. Ah, okay. Well, that's too bad. But if we record it, um, because this afternoon we're talking about building your program of research from a systematic review all the way through dissemination implementation. So I think for the PhD students, that will be a good recording then maybe for you to look at. And then I saw that the slides for this afternoon have been posted in the chat already now. So you can download those slides and save them, um, and welcome and have those. So I would encourage all of you as especially the PhD students to download the slides for this afternoon, because it helps you learn how to build a program of research from systematic reviews all the way to implementation and dissemination science. I was talking earlier, I think the IRB process is painful, and no matter where you are, because I have to say that even at UIC, the IRB process takes a great amount of time. So my sympathies and also my best wishes for you as you go through the IRB process. Wonderful. Well, again, I am thrilled that all of you are here because as you move forward in your PhD program and on, self-care and resilience is going to be something really important for all of you. To start out, for all of you, it's challenging to be a nurse. Um, and it's especially challenging to be a PhD student and a nurse. So that's why I'm especially happy that all of you are here right now. Um, this is a saying that I think is really important for us to focus on. And it says, you cannot serve from an empty vessel. You need to take time to replenish your spirit. And if you do that, then it allows for you to care for others from the overflow. So when you think about nursing, nursing is caring. So what we do as nurses is that we're always caring, pouring out, and giving to others. Well, that means that we're especially susceptible to burnout. Um, and so I want you to think about that as you're pouring out and caring all the time, then you cannot continue to serve from an empty vessel. So you have to take that time for self-care and to promote resilience. What COVID did, more than anything else in recent history, is that it highlighted nurses' value like nothing else, honestly. It brought us closer to our mission and purpose as nurses. Nightingale is often thought of as kind of the originator of nursing. So if you think about Nightingale and what she faced with the Crimean War, nurses really on the front line of COVID around the world continue to be exposed with infectious diseases, much like Nightingale was doing, overcrowding, much like Nightingale was doing, and lack of resources. So with COVID, we really experienced all those three things, those basic fundamental things that we need to deal with for nursing. So what we all are experience through the historical events of past nursing and fairly recent nursing with COVID, it brought us back to the heart of nursing. So we have witnessed many nurses lead, innovate, and inspire, carrying out the mission of Florence Nightingale through COVID. They often say that a person's true character is revealed in a time of crisis. So during the 5 years of COVID, what we saw is that there was a great deal of disruption related to healthcare, fear and uncertainty. And what we saw was that nurses stood up and really showed resilience during the COVID time. So this is a statement that I like. Mike Tyson, just to explain, is a U.S. boxer. Okay, so he did a lot of boxing. And he said, everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face, and then all of a sudden your plan doesn't work anymore. Well, that's really what COVID-19 did to us in the world, is that we had a wonderful plan, but then COVID came along and really punched us in the face. And so we really need to think about, okay, what do we do next? How do we move forward? And that's where we really saw that nursing was leading and showing resilience. So, what is resilience? So let's talk about the definition just to get us all on the same page. Resilience is the capacity to maintain physical and psychological well-being in the face of stress or adversity. So this is a statement from Helen Keller. And Helen Keller was a woman who lived about 100 years ago, and she was blind. So she faced a lot of challenges, especially 100 years ago, being blind. And she said, although the world is full of suffering, it is also full of the overcoming of suffering. So that's really what resilience is all about. So when we think about resilience, we want to think about, is it a state? And a state is something that you're born with, okay? Something that you have from the very beginning. Or is it a trait? A trait is something that you can learn. And the good news is it's both. Some are born with a great deal of resilience that is part of them. But don't worry, if that wasn't you, okay, you can learn it. So it's something that you can build and develop. And so it's a teachable construct. This is a Japanese proverb, but I also think it's in Chinese as well. Fall down 7 times, get up 8. That's really what resilience is. And that's what you can learn is every time you face adversity, every time you face a challenging situation, you don't go, oh, I can't do anything anymore. But you get up again and you face and you make a plan and you get up and deal with the adversity and the challenges. So, what are the characteristics of resilient people? Well, there's a few characteristics that have been shown in research and in the literature. Number one is an acceptance of reality. Okay. There is a strong acceptance. Okay, this is what is happening. This is the reality. It's also a belief and strongly held values that life is meaningful. A characteristic of resilient people is that they build bridges from current hardship to a fuller, more constructed future. So they really build from what they are having to a better constructed future. There also is a, a feeling of inventiveness or ingenuity, the ability to improvise a solution to a problem without the proper or obvious tools or materials. Another way you could think about this is if you come up against a wall. Okay, this would be a challenge, a barrier, something that stands in your way. A person with resilience will find a way to dig under the wall, go around the wall, climb over the wall. And this is without proper or obvious tools or materials. They figure out a way to work around their adversity. In nursing research, resilience has become a very important outcome. And I would say this is since COVID. Especially that nursing resilience is an important outcome. And research is needed that identifies effective ways to promote the development of resilience. And resilience research, if we take a look at research that's focused on resilience, nurse scientists can better prepare individuals for the journey of living with chronic conditions, which a lot of you are focused on, or difficult situations, which a few others are working on as well. So I would encourage you now as a PhD student to think about, does resilience fit into your program of research as an outcome or as a variable that you may want to look at? And maybe it does and maybe it doesn't, but I want you to think about that a little bit more. Because nurse scientists whose perspective on identifying and shaping scientific questions are influenced by our experience of caring, because we as nurses are caring individuals. And we're uniquely positioned to perform research that directly benefits individuals, interpersonal relations, communities, and societies to achieve the goal of healthier individuals, communities, and societies. So, as nurses, it is really important to promote wellness and resilience. So, now I'm going to spend a little bit of time on a framework that I really like in terms of nursing. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time just kind of talking through this. One of the reasons that I really like this biology to society resilience framework is that it really looks at what nursing does. What nursing does is we're focused on challenges. So if you look at the left-hand side, the arrow, we experience, or patients or anyone you work with experience challenges throughout their life course. Okay. And these challenges can affect us at all levels, from biology to society. And so if you look at the right-hand side of this model, you see the nursing, okay, which the nursing arrow goes from biology through society. And what nursing does is we focuses on these challenges, and the outcome is the double-headed arrow there, resilience and health. So I really like this biology to society resilience framework because it really does look at exactly what nursing does throughout the life course and through all the different levels, biology through society. So this is just one framework. It happens to be my favorite, which is why I'm presenting it, but it's just really one framework that can help nurse scientists think about resilience. And it's based on fundamental tenets. So I'll walk through those. The first is that each individual is born with resilience potential. Okay. It is a trait that we're born with. I mean, a state that we're born with. Okay. That potential changes over time. So that's the trait. We can learn it depending on interactions between society, community, interpersonal, individual, and biological factors. Those are all those levels there. And how each individual reacts to those challenges. Challenges depicted in the framework on the left occur across the life course and can be external or structural. And this could be such as lack of housing. It could be food insecurities. It could be violence. Or it could be internal, such as the process of aging. Okay, that's challenging. So this framework recognizes each challenge as unique and the response to each challenge as an interaction of the factors in the framework, which result in divergent or different health trajectories. Okay. Number two for the fundamental tenets is that resilience includes three aspects. So, resistance to a challenge. So, pushing it back, saying, okay, no, I'm resisting this challenge, resulting in the continual maintenance of health at the individual, interpersonal, community, and society levels. Number two for the aspects is recovery. Okay, the first is resistance. The second is recovery from a challenge, resulting in a return to previous levels of hope functioning. We hope, okay, we hope that that's what happens before the challenge. So we as nurses are assessing individuals, communities, and societies manage the effect of adversity, and what hopefully we can have them return to previous levels of functioning after a comprised functioning. Okay, I'm going to talk about my father-in-law. He's 92 now, and he has dementia and Alzheimer's. Okay. And that's who we're caring for. That's why we moved to UIC about 6 years ago, so that we could be closer to our parents and parents-in-law who were having more and more health problems. So ideally, when he has adversity or a challenge, what we're hoping is that he will recover. About a year ago, he had COVID and a fall. So then he went to rehab, okay? But from rehab, he wasn't able to get back to full recovery. So we needed to move him from independent living into a nursing home care. Okay, so that gives you an example, is that number two, um, recovery. We hope to return to previous levels of functioning after a period of comprised functioning, but sometimes that doesn't happen. And what happens instead is a new normal, is what we call it. It's a new level of functioning that we have to deal with. So the third aspect is rebounding from a challenge. And this is what we really, really hope happens, okay? Because rebounding from a challenge results in attainment of a higher level of functioning before the challenge. And here, what we're doing is that what happens is that they show resilience and they become better because of the challenge. So this is what we hope for. So these are the three aspects of resilience. Number one, resistance. Okay, no, pushing it back. I'm resisting. Number two, recovery. Okay, and what our hoped for goal is that we attain previous levels of functioning. And what we really, really hope for is rebounding, that someone gets even better after a challenge. Okay, the third fundamental tenet here is nurses can foster resilience at all levels through actions that affect one or more of these factors. Such actions occur at all levels of the model, including promoting wellness, coping, behavior change, and community response to policy change. So that's the third tenet. Fourth is that each of these factors may interact with all of the other factors. Okay, so the interpersonal factors might affect the individual factors, or it could affect the community or society factors. Fifth, just as there may be particular vulnerable periods of risk, there are times during which individual, community, or society may be particularly resilient in reaching in meeting a challenge or resisting a challenge or recovery from a challenge or rebounding from a challenge. And then last is resilience and health are both processes and are supported by nurses, depicted by that double-sided arrow at the right side of the framework. So hopefully by me walking through these 6 tenets, you see how why I so much appreciate this model, the Biology Society Resilience Framework. Another reason, just to share, I think why I like this model so much is that in the past, nurses have been more focused on negative, okay? Caregiver burden, stress, those sorts of things. I think now as nurses, we're changing our paradigm. We're changing our framework. We're having a new focus on how we can focus on more well-being or resilience rather than the negative. Okay. And so you especially, I'm very happy you as PhD students are here because as we talked about yesterday, you're the future. Okay. You're the future nurses. So I would encourage you to retrain your brain Okay, to think about nursing in more positive ways, and resilience is one of the ways that you can do it. If you focus on wellness and resilience, rather, so focus on more the positive frame rather than the negative frame. Um, I went through a lot with that slide, so let me pause here and just ask if there's any questions about this framework. And a favor, do you have my notes on the slides? Okay, you have the notes so that you have everything that I am. Oh, you don't? Just 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 the slides, not the notes. Okay. Okay. Then let me see if I can send out the slides that have the notes, okay? Because that will give you a little bit more detail. Okay. So, one of the things that has happened from the US perspective, and specifically during COVID in the United States, is the American Nurses Association, which is our primary nurses association in the United States, focused on well-being initiative. And the reason they did this is because there was so many nurses that burned out during COVID. And so we had a real, in the United States, which is true, quite honestly, all around the world, there is a nursing shortage. I don't know of any country that has an excess of nurses. Okay. United States is no different. We have a nursing shortage as well. But during COVID, because we had a lot of nursing burnout, then it was especially important for the American Nurses Association to focus on resilience and well-being. So not only is it important for nurse scientists, us, to start thinking about resilience as part of their research, it is also very important for all of you to focus on personal resilience. Nursing is a career, again, where you're constantly giving. You're giving to your patients, giving to the healthcare team, giving of your time and energy to the PhD program because you want to graduate. So, as I said at the beginning, if you're not able to refill your cup, it is impossible to continue pouring out to other people. And I'm emphasizing this again because nurses often neglect to recognize their own needs because they're so focused on caring for others. You're focused on your education, which is good, you should be, okay? Family obligations, and much more. So, practicing self care has long been known to decrease stress and improve resilience. So I would say now more than ever, especially during the PhD program, you need to focus on making self-care a priority. And the reason being is if you start during your PhD program scheduling time for self-care, this is something that will hopefully carry out and continue for the future. At least that's my hope for you. Okay, now we're going to take a little bit of time and I want you all to do a life balance wheel. So, what here is basically a plan for your overall self-care and resilience. The life balance wheel is something that I examine every year and review with my PhD students every year. Okay, so this is part of what I do with my PhD students is we have an IDP, which is an individual development plan. Okay, and we develop that at the beginning of the PhD program, and this life balance wheel is something that is a part of every PhD's individual development wheel plan that we look at every year. So, and I also use it with my research teams. So using the balance wheel, you rate yourself on a scale of 0, which is none, which is the middle of the wheel, okay, to 10, fully satisfied with your life, looking at all of these aspects: friends and family, significant other romance, personal growth, fun and recreation, physical environment, career, money, and health. So, and I want you to spend, I'm going to just go through it with you using me as an example, but then I want all of you, you have pen and paper, hopefully, or you could do it on your computer. I want you to rate yourself on all of these, and then we'll talk about it. Okay? So, um, significant other in romance. I have been married 40 years and I have a wonderful husband. I mean, very, very wonderful husband. Um, and so my significant other in romance, I would rate as a 9 or a 10 because he is wonderful and very, very supportive. So next, let's look at my personal growth. I think one of the things that we're very spoiled with when we're PhD students and in academia is that we're focused always on lifelong learning. So our ability for personal growth and lifelong learning is quite honestly much better than, for example, someone who has more of a factory job or something like that, where it's more repetitive and you're doing the same thing day after day after day. So also with personal growth, I feel that I'm a 9 or a 10. Fun and recreation. Uh, um, the bad thing about being a PhD student and being an academic is there's always another manuscript to write. There's always more homework to do. And so fun and recreation, I don't get to so often. So I would say it's a 5 for me. Physical environment. I have a house that is very near University of Illinois, Chicago, so I can walk from my house to work every day. So, and it's a safe neighborhood, so I don't have to worry about, getting attacked as I walk to work every day. So I would say my physical environment again is quite good. My career, I am close to retirement, as I confessed. So I'm at the end of my career, and I would say I have had a very fulfilled career. And because I'm close to retirement and money is not a problem for me anymore. Sorry. I know that as you're starting out as a PhD student, you're probably broke. And or looking at building up money. The other thing is, though, as we get older, our health is more of a problem. Okay. So I would say for me, health is getting lower as I get older. I'm not hearing as well. I'm a little plump because I've been gaining weight. I perhaps don't exercise. No, not perhaps. I definitely do not exercise as much as I should. So I would say my health is about a 7. Friends and family, I would say that again is a 7. As I shared with you, we moved to be closer to our parents and parents-in-law. Um, my sister passed away my younger sister passed away about 2 years ago because of glioblastoma, which is a brain cancer that's not curable. My mother-in-law passed away about a year ago with dementia. In the last 2.5 years, she didn't know who we were because she was severe dementia. My father-in-law, as I just shared with you, now needs much more care because he's wheelchair bound. and also is having more and more dementia. So the amount of caregiving we do on the weekends when we go spend time with, our parents and parents-in-law is increasing. So I would be about a 7. So this is the way that you do your life balance wheel. So I'm going to give you about maybe 7 minutes until 25 after. Would that be okay? To take some time and go through and do this balance wheel and evaluate yourselves. So while you're finishing up, I'm going to just talk about how then we use this. So I went through and did the life balance wheel for myself. And you heard that my fun and recreation is a little bit low. My health is a little bit low. And so what happened there is that my husband and I decided to take up dancing because that touches on health, significant other, fun, and recreation. So that's how you kind of take a look at your balance wheel and decide where you're going to focus and what you're going to work on. So, like I said, I do this every year with my mentees. So, as I shared with you, Hongjin Lee came to me as a postdoctoral fellow. Um, and so 1 year, well, 3 years ago, um, uh, her low point was significant other in romance because she had just broken up and was very sad. And so that year, she focused a little bit more on finding a husband. Um, the following year, she was going up from assistant to associate professor. So that year, we needed to focus more on career. So this is how we so every year again, we go through this balance wheel and we say, okay, what do we need to focus on and where do we need to get a little bit of improvement? So that gives you a couple of examples. And since I talked about Hongjin yesterday, I thought I could just use her as an example in this class. So, and Hongjin actually is spending this year back in China with her family. I think I told you she's from Wuhan, um, because she just had a little baby boy. Henry, who is very cute. Oh, so cute. And so this year she isn't living in Chicago, but is back in China with her family because that way she has more help with Henry while he's little. So now what I'm going to do is invite each one of you to share a little bit about your balance wheel and think about what are the things that you want to work on this year based on what you evaluated for yourself in your balance wheel. And we'll start with, since you're here in the room, I'm going to start, if I could start with you. Yeah.
Thank you, Professor. My English not well.
That's
I
fine.
can try. The first one for the significant and author romance. For me, I have a boyfriend for support myself. He very kind and give me my power when I'm stressed.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And another people is my advisor.
Mhm.
She give me the power when I discuss with her on my thesis. Yes.
Excellent.
And uh, for the for the personal goals,
Mhm.
I'm attend the conference and every seminar when I available time to join and learn more from our the seminar leader or the guest speaker. And for fun and recreation, for fun, I I like to study and explore the new environment. Yeah, and such as go to the beautiful place or the new activity for my friend. Yes, and for physical environment, I'm not sure physical environment and fun is
Yeah.
oh
Where
yeah
you're living
oh
and your
as
neighborhood and yeah.
yeah. My room is quiet
Nice.
and the environment in our faculty is very good. They are support us to learn from PhD now. I mean, they have the space for us to study. Yeah, and I'm have my car for driving.
Oh, nice.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
easy to me to explore more place. And for career, my workplace is support me to study here. Yes,
Okay.
and also the money they support the scholarship for me and
Excellent.
give me the salary also. And for health, I didn't get the sick, but I'm a little exercise. Yeah, yes, yes. And for family, I have I'm only one child for my family. Yes, last yesterday my birthday. Yeah, and normally I call my family every morning or every night. Yeah, and for friend we have our classmate for support together and another my senior yes support me. Yeah, this is my last balance. Thank you.
You're welcome. So when you shared that, what I'm hearing is that your balance wheel, you're quite good, actually. Most of my PhD students have more areas that they have to work on, honestly. So when you think about a plan to what would it take you to move higher in health? Because that was the one place where I heard you might be a little low because you're not doing so much exercise. So, what would be a plan that you could put in place to do a little more exercise?
Yeah. You know, my goal this year, I schedule my exercise every two day per week. Yes,
Good.
yes, and I want to decrease my weight. Yes,
You have the same goal I
yeah.
do.
And I'm talking with Sherry and my friend. We can exercise for badminton every
Good.
2 day per week. Yeah.
Excellent.
But right now, almost 1 month, we did not, but have the plan.
Well, maybe going over this balance wheel, then you'll be encouraged to exercise a little bit more. Okay, you want to share your balance wheel?
Thank you, Professor, and give us the good opportunity to consider about this life balance wheel. Because before that, I didn't pay attention to this one, and I will start from the friends and family. And actually, I think for this way, I give me six score because I have some close friend in China, and when I'm not happy, I will call with them, and they can give me some support, and especially the emotion support. And also for my family, they give me the financial support and emotion support. Also, I very appreciate for my family and my friends. And also, when I come to Chiang Mai, I make a lot of friends, including our senior and our cohort students and other master students. I think I'm very like them. Yeah. And the second one is for significant others or romance, because now I'm single. So for romance and zero. But I have the significant others, and because my advisor and give me a lot of guidance in my PhD journal. So I'm very appreciate her. And the third one is for personal growth. For this one, actually at the beginning when I'm admitted by Timai University, I'm very, very happy because that is my dream. I have a long time to prepare for the PhD, but now I come true. So I'm very happy. And especially last year, I passed my QE and proposal in a very limited time. Although it's very hard for me, but I achieved that. Yeah. So after this process, after this hard time, I think I grows a lot. And also in Timai University, a lot of wonderful teachers and a lot of opportunity like Professor Yu today gave us the lecture. I think I have a lot of opportunity to learn many knowledge. So I think for the personal growth, I can give the for because I also need to learn a lot. Yeah. And for the next one, fun and recreation, I think for this one, I just give me 3 because for the PhD journal, it's a little bit hard, and so I didn't pay much attention to the fun and recreation. But in the future, I need to consider about this, and sometimes we need to balance the study and the life and give us more time to relax. And next one is for physical environment, because now I'm in another country, and but I have the dormitory. It's very safe and comfortable for me, and we have a lot of close friends. We can sometimes we can eat together and go outside. So I'm very satisfied for the physical environment. And next one is for career, because when I come here, I quit my job. So now I have no job. So this one I maybe 0. But I hope when I graduate, I can find a good job.
Yes.
And next one is for money. Actually, I got the CMU presidential scholarship. It's enough for me for the daily living. So and also my family can give me some support. So I think it's okay for this one. Maybe 5. But I hope when I graduate, I can get more money from my job.
I hope so too.
Yeah. Thank you, Ada. And last one is for health. I think for this one, my physical health is good. But for mental health, I think sometimes when you have suffering, you need to pay attention to your mental health.
Yes.
Especially sometimes your mood is down, so you need to talk more with your friend and find some other ways to reduce some bad mood. But I think it's normal for every PhD student, very stressful sometimes. So we need to pay attention to our mental health. It's very important. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you. So, looking at your balance wheel, where's one place that you want to focus and improve?
And I think for me, the fun and the recreation, and the next one is for health. I think I need to pay attention to more because others maybe for career and money I cannot do that now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Perfect.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, after listening my friends sharing, I feel like I'm easy to satisfy. I'm so satisfied about my life. Firstly, I will sharing about the physical environment. I give it 8. because I have a security community and I have an apartment in my country. I have a lovely neighborhood and very close to my hospital. It's easy, yeah, for me. And for career, I give myself 7 because I have a position in public institution. It's permanent job for me. I think I can, if I don't quit, I can do it forever. So it's good, satisfied about that. And money, because I have around 10 years working experience, so I have some saving, not too much, but a little bit enough to support me study here. So I think it's a 7. And health, I like to exercise. I almost exercise 5 days per week. Yeah, I doing running in the morning and do yoga class in the afternoon. So I think I'm so good in the health, even not only the physical but also the mental health. I think it's good for me. And the friend and the family, I think I give it a 9 because I have a very happiness family. My parents support me a lot. I have a lovely, adorable daughter. Yeah, she is 4 years old. She also motivates me and encourages me every day. So I think it's very lucky. And scientific and other romantics, I give it 7 because my husband not such romantic. Even he support me a lot, but not such romantic. I still satisfied about that. And personal growth, I give it around 7 to 8. Because since I study here, I can feel that I grew up a lot, not only the knowledge, but also some resilience because we encounter many challenges in the language challenging, the academic challenging, a lot of things. So I think I will enhance this area in the future. For me, it's the most important for me in this year. And fun and recreation, I only give me 6 because before I like traveling a lot. Almost 3 or 4 months I will traveling one place. But the past year I only have one time traveling, so it's not such fun for me. But I also get some funny from the learning and chatting with the teachers and friends, and also getting so much support from my advisor team and the lecture team. It's very important for me. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So looking at your balance wheel, where do you think you can improve in the next year? Where would you focus?
I will focus about personal growth because I have many exams this year.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's my goal.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a very good goal. Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, brother. After my friends sharing their will, for me, we have similar like a cycle. For me, when I will start with significant others and romance, for romance like cherry 0, but for significant others, I have especially my sister, because she's for me both for financial and emotional support. When I need some financial, she support me, and also when I feel something down, she encourage me. So this is my significant others, my sister, that give me perfect support. And for the personal growth right now, I think for me, I am working at a lecturer. Before then, I just improve my especially for my academic. So I try to make my academic level to be increased year by year. So it is like my
Excellent.
personal growth.
Yeah.
And another is fun and recreation. Maybe for me, I'm especially I'm introvert, and I like to stay alone, and but I'm not loneliness, because when I stay alone, it is my habit. I listen to music, and mostly I listen to news when I walk. If my work is not serious, maybe I turn on the news and I listen, and sometimes we go with our friend
Mhm.
to visit some places. So this is some recreation. And for me, as a Christian, I go to church every week. So it is like somewhere a calm and like very, I mean, encouraging activity because when the church after a church service, I met with because we had after that we had a meal. So maybe we meet with our church member. We talk. It is like something very good event to calm down and
Yeah.
to re-energize
Yeah.
ourselves. So it is like a recreation and something there. And about like physical environment, when I was in Myanmar, I as a teacher, I live in my university compound, so very safe. Even I didn't live together with my family member, I can contact with them and I can visit them frequently. And right now, I'm staying at my university dormitory, so it's very safe. No need to travel. So for its physical environment is excellent. And for my career, as I'm a teacher, so right now after my finish, I can because I have some affiliation with a university, so I can go and work from
Oh,
that
good.
place. Even now, maybe I have, if they want some help, I can help in something. So it is my career. I can continue with like a university teacher. And for many, it is like even I got to my university presentation scholarship, but when I need, because sometimes we need to spend more at
Yes.
that time in
Yeah.
my family member and my sister, she support me. And for health is the lowest thing because I have some like a spondylitis, so maybe when I need to be very careful about that one.
Yes.
Yeah, so it is
Mhm.
like the lowest level in my balance wheels. And about friends and family, it is excellent because I have very lovely and very supportive friends. Whenever I need helps,
Yeah.
I can ask and they help me. So it is like they can give me physical, emotional support.
Yeah.
So I'm very lucky, and also my family member this for me a lot. So it is the my career, the balance of the balance wheel of my life.
So what area do you think you want to focus on this year?
Especially health
Mm.
and personal development because I need to make myself sound knowledge in nursing professional. So I personal development. Even I need to finish my PhD and then
Yeah.
maybe if I have a chance, I can continue post out something. And another thing, health is very important for me. So maybe I need to make more exercise because my exercise level is very low.
Yeah.
I just, some because I have maybe I have some like muscle strengthening and some
Mhm.
exercise in my room, but I didn't go out. So this is the 2 points that I need to improve.
Excellent. So, and I'm not going to ask those in the Zoom room to contribute. Thank you for being here in person. And I was picking on you because you were here in the room. So thank you very much for that. But I hope from all of this, what you realize is that if you do this every year, okay, then you are able to identify, maybe I need to focus a little bit more here. Maybe I need to focus a little bit more here. So I would encourage all of you to make this a part of your annual assessment, looking at your life balance wheel and see how you're doing, and make a plan for the next year. Okay. Treat yourself like someone you love. Um, one of the other issues of nurses is that we can be rather hard on ourselves and rather critical. So self-compassion or loving yourself is something that we need to focus on a little bit more as nurses as well. And I think, especially you as PhD students, you're, how do I put this? You're almost trained in the PhD program to become more critical because you're striving to be better. So you're going, I should have studied harder. I should have done better here, so on and so forth. So this I think is especially important for PhD students because you're in a time of your life where there is a lot more criticism that you usually use on yourself. So treat yourself like someone you love. Self-compassion is important because it is associated with stress. So your inflammatory markers, which is the IL-6, is lower if you have self-compassion. If you have a great deal of stress and you're increasing the stress by not loving yourself, then your response to acute stress is higher inflammation, more IL-6. Self-compassion and follow-through. A meta-analysis of 94 studies, that's a lot of studies, found self-compassion was linked to more health-promoting behaviors and better physical health. And then connection and survival. Again, a large meta-analysis found that stronger social relationships were associated with a 50% greater likelihood of survival. So this is why it's really important. Certainly during the PhD program, you're trying to improve, trying to get better, and therefore you're a little bit more critical, but also remembering to treat yourself like someone you will love will help you in the future as far as your health. So now we're going to talk about becoming more resilient at a cognitive level. And this includes giving yourself a cognitive intervention or retraining your brain. You could talk to yourself and focus on a positive outlook. You want to not react to situations, rather focus on acting on situations. So challenge yourself whenever you have downbeat thinking and replace it with a positive outlook. So the challenge for this is our brains are already hardwired, and it's called flight or fight. Okay, whenever we have a stress, okay, the amygdala kind of hijacks your brain. And that way we're reacting to something because our automatic reaction is fight or flight. So you need to retrain your brain to get back to the thinking part of the brain, which is that prefrontal cortex. And then you can act on situations. So some of the ways to do this is, number one, notice and label the thought. Okay, I'm anxious. I have a test tomorrow. Okay, that's normal. So I'm anxious. But if you're so caught up in the anxiety, you're not going to be able to study well, and then you're not going to be able to do well on the test. So one of the things that you can do is set a worry time. So you say, okay, I'm not going to worry about this now, okay, but I'll worry about it at 5 o'clock, or I'll worry about it not too close to bedtime, because then your brain keeps circling on it while you're sleeping. But set a worry time every day and just write things down. Okay, I'm anxious because of the test, or whatever the case may be. And then say, okay, I'm gonna worry about that at 5 o'clock. Redirect through the body. So we'll talk a little bit more about how we can do this, but one of the ways you can do it is by relaxing the body. And again, we'll talk about different ways that you can do it. And engage the senses. Okay, when we're so anxious sometimes, we get very caught up in ourselves. And so just say, okay, what am I seeing right now? What am I feeling right now? And engage the senses. And we'll talk about that a little bit more later as well, which helps with getting the mind to stop spinning. So some of the ways that you can retrain your brain is through contemplative practices or contemplative practices. And we're going to talk about a few of these that I use with myself, with my students, and with my patients. So, number one, breathing conscientiously, being present, using mindfulness, reflective writing, journaling, and relaxation. These practices don't just help us retrain our brain and feel better, but they also help us explore our soul, what is deep inside us to sustain and renew us in our work, and connect us to our innate qualities and calling. So self-care alone doesn't always connect us to our deeper being where renewal and calling are. So, for example, going to a spa and getting your nails painted is nice self-care, but not necessarily connecting us to the soul. So we want to do a little bit more deeper, or going shopping, the night market, or actually the last 3 days, the market right here, that's nice self-care. But we want to go a little bit deeper than that. So this is a practice that I use myself, and also the practice that I use with my patients most often. And this is breathing conscientiously. And it's a basic practice of many contemplative traditions. So it's deep, relaxed belly breathing. And what happens is that it engages the diaphragm. And it promotes well-being, relaxation, and presence because it's slower, deeper, rhythmic breathing. So what I do is 4-1-4, or the box. And so I breathe in, hold, breathe out, hold. So what I say to the patients is, I say to them, it looks like you're feeling really anxious. Well, we'll have a better time together interacting if you can relax a little bit. Would it be okay if we just breathe together? And so I say, okay, so breathe with me. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. And if you just do that 3 times with a patient, you can see already it's hard to hold that stress, when you're doing that deep breathing. So this is something I use with my patients and also with myself when I go, okay, and feeling anxious, then I do this breathing consciously. And breathe in 4, hold, and then breathe out, fold. The next one is being present. This is tuning into the pause and stillness after the out-breath. Being still, able to be silent, yet attentive. And I think this is important because often as nurses, not often, we're always busy, okay? We're always busy, and especially in the hospital, okay? We're always busy. There's always a lot of tasks to be done. And so to be able to focus on the patient in front of you rather than saying, oh, I need to go to this room next and administer the medications, and then I need to go to this room and do the dressing change, and then I need to go to this room and da 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 da. Okay, that's normal day. Okay, there's always things. But you want to be able to be present with the patient in front of you, listen to them. Because if you are listening to what's inside of you and what is coming from the other person, both verbal and nonverbal, then you can provide better care because you're connecting better. So being present is something that I try to do with every patient. And the way I try to do that is, quite honestly, before I enter the patient room, okay, whether in the hospital or in the clinic when I'm seeing a patient, I pause a minute at the door and go, okay, I need to leave behind all these other activities and be present for the patient that I'm going to go spend time with. Mindfulness. This is something also that I prescribe actually to my patients, because in the United States and maybe here as well, there's two mindfulness-based stress reduction programs that I prescribe quite often. One is Headspace and the other is Calm. And I find that this helps my patients. Both of these programs I have found to work really well with my patients. So if they can bring intention, presence, awareness, curiosity, and reflection to their life and work through mindfulness, then they're better able to deal with their chronic illness, deal with the other stressors in their life. So I recommend this. Like I said, these two programs I prescribe often for my patients, but also it's something for us to do as nurses as well. Okay, for our own self-care, for our own well-being, for our own resilience. I recommend mindfulness. Now, this is something that is not, it depends on who I'm working with. Let me put it that way. Not everybody likes to write. Okay. So if someone likes to write, then writing as a practice helps you notice, reflect, and heal. But if you don't like writing, then this is not something I'm going to recommend. What writing does is as you write, you notice much more. You have more awareness, more mindfulness, and presence. It allows the hidden to become visible because you see it actually on the page in front of you. So you're better able to notice. Also, as you're writing, you can reflect because you're writing and sharing the story. So it connects the thinking more with the heart and soul. And it also provides healing because as we touch the vulnerable places in others, we have the opportunity to heal the vulnerable places within ourselves. So if you like writing, this is something that I would highly recommend that you do. Journaling is something, again, is more for someone who likes to write. But even if someone doesn't like writing, I prescribe this to my patients and recommend it to colleagues and others because it helps us retrain our brain. So if I'm seeing a patient who is having a lot of depression, then I prescribe this at nighttime. So before they go to sleep, I ask them to write either like 3 things that were enjoyable during that day, what moved or touched you that day, what inspired you, what surprised you. It needs to be something good. And that helps retrain the brain, because then if you do it before bedtime, you're thinking about positive and good things when you're falling asleep. And that actually helps us dream differently. Because we've put electrodes on people, and then we can take a look at how they're dreaming. And so we know that if they focus on the positive before going to sleep, their dreams are different. The dreams are less scary, less anxious. Okay, so I'll tell you about dreaming a little bit. We can tell the category of dream, i.e., we can tell if it's a romantic dream, but we can't tell if it's the husband or maybe a boyfriend, so we can't be that specific. Just like if it's a terrifying dream, we can tell that it's by the brain waves, we can tell that a person is scared or anxious and tight, but we can't tell exactly what it's about. So what we're able to do is, if we retrain our brain to think about something positive before bed, then their brain, because dreams are when you consolidate your thoughts, they're starting to switch around to more positive from the negative. So this is something that I prescribe for 1 month every day. Reflect back on your day and describe something that's positive. And these are some of the questions that I use. So this practice will bring meaning to your work and life, joy and hope. So we as nurses also, if we spend the time each day before going to bed to write 3 things, okay, and it may be, oh, I saw a beautiful flower today, or I was able to eat delicious fruit. It doesn't have to be, a major something, but where did you find joy? Um, I enjoyed being with my friends. I've enjoyed being with all of you. This is a wonderful opportunity for me to meet all of you and learn a little bit more about you. So, journaling is something. Even if someone doesn't like writing so much, I do talk about journaling with them. Okay, guided relaxation. And for this, what I'm going to do is talk you through a guided relaxation exercise. So what I want you to do is find a little bit more of a comfortable position in your chair. Okay. Arms and legs uncrossed, back well supported, and close your eyes and take 3 breaths. Allow each breath to relax you even more. Relax as you breathe in. Relax as you breathe out. Let the exhalation be a letting go kind of breath. Letting go of tension. With each in-breath, take what you need, and with each out-breath, breathe, release anything you don't need. Bring your attention to the top of your head. Feel your scalp relax and let your brows soften. Allow all the little muscles around your eyes relax, and let any tension flow out through your cheeks as you exhale. Now let your jaw relax. Imagine a wave of relaxation flowing down your shoulders, into your arms, elbows, forearms, all the way into your hands and fingers. Next, focus on your chest. Release any tension around your heart or lungs. Relax the muscles around your ribs. Wrap that relaxation around your back. And let the wave of relaxation travel all the way down the spine. Allow all the muscles along the spine to lengthen and release. Soften and relax your buttocks and pelvis. Let the belly be very soft so that the breath moves easily down into the abdomen. Now invite the legs to join in the relaxation. As the relaxation moves through the thighs, knees, calves, ankles, and feet. Let any last bit of tension or tightness just drain out through your feet and your toes. Now, as your body remains relaxed and comfortable, imagine yourself in a very special place. Some place that is full of natural beauty, safety, and peace. Maybe a place you have been to before, or maybe a place you want to create in your imagination. Take some time and let yourself be drawn to the one place that is just right for you today. Give yourself some time to really be present there. Think about what it is like there. What do you see? What do you smell? And what do you hear? What is the temperature? Think about how you feel there. Take some time to enjoy being in your special place. While you're there, identify a specific quality or feeling that would be helpful in your life right now. It may be calmness, patience, peacefulness. Choose one feeling that you're experiencing right now here in your special place that you wish to bring into your daily life. Know that you can access this quality whenever you wish. It is now registered in your mind and your body. Now, what I would like you to do is start coming back and opening your eyes, but know that you can return to this place at any time you want and take this quality with you when you leave it. Remember, you can call forth and use your quality at any time in your daily life. So I want you now to open your eyes and feel refreshed and awake. So thank you for doing this guided relaxation with me. And hopefully you're feeling a little bit more relaxed during this time. So what I would encourage all of you is to think about a guided relaxation that you can use maybe at bedtime, but also maybe in the late afternoon is often when stress hits. Whenever you feel, some people wake up anxious. So then I talk about maybe doing a guided relaxation in the morning to help settle and relax, before starting the day. So guided relaxation, I would encourage you to think about when in the day is the most stressful for you. And as we did this in class, you can see that it really doesn't take so much time. Okay. It can be 2 to 3 minutes or 5 minutes even. Just put in, you can have a recording of a guided relaxation and just put in your earbuds or headset and just listen to it a little bit. Close your door in your office. Maybe you've just had a meeting with the dean of your school, and are feeling very anxious because of that. So you can, take a little bit of time to just do a guided relaxation and then go, okay, and then start again. So I would encourage all of you to think about how you can best use guided relaxation in your life to help handle daily stress. Okay. Okay. So to close out our time together, one other thing that I would like to talk about is unconditional gratitude. And this is one small true thank you a day. I want you to try that. And this is, again, very small. So it could be, this blanket is warm and cozy. Or I'm grateful that pain medicine exists to help me manage my pain. I love it when my dog or cat curls up next to me. And the reason I'm going to recommend that you think of one small thank you a day is that it makes gratitude part of your routine. So choose one moment every day when that will always be your gratitude time. Maybe it's the first sip of tea or coffee in the morning. Maybe it's getting into a hot bath at night, stepping outside, even briefly, but make it part of your normal daily routine and connect it to that. Okay? And let gratitude then be part of your routine. And just having gratitude doesn't mean that you have to feel positive always. You can have sadness as well. So this is what I recommend to my students as well as my patients. This is really hard. Okay? This is real and hard. Okay? This exam, okay, is real and hard. And I am still grateful for. So it's reality, okay, because a characteristic of resilient people is that they have reality. They're not ignoring reality. So you're saying, okay, this is hard. This is what I'm going through, and it's not easy. However, and I am still grateful for. Okay. So, in summary, if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness because your body will break down on you. So if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. And as nurses, quite honestly, we have too much to do to be sick. So taking care of yourself is an important part or responsibility, even I can say, as a developing nurse scientist and as a PhD student. So if you do this, okay, if you do this and start this as a PhD student, nursing scientists grounded in personal resilience will have more productivity, have better work relationships, and energy levels. And therefore, you will drive the body of nursing knowledge forward faster and more consistently. So thanks. I am really, really, really pleased that you decided to come today, and start really focusing on your wellness and resilience. Because, like I ended by saying, if you can start some of these practices now, really you'll be better off in your whole career moving forward. So we have about 10 minutes, I think, left in this class period. So any questions, comments? Do you normally in your PhD program have a talk about wellness and resilience? No? Okay. Well, then I'm especially happy you were here today for this talk.
Yeah, for me, my research topic recently focused about the nurse well-being.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's
all the way to
yeah, so I think a little bit similar with resilience because like psychological well-being, it has a like a outcome of the some links with resilience, but for now I'm so confusing because well-being is quite broad.
Yes, it's very broad.
Very broad, so I need to identify some gaps or something. I need to go in deeper to focus on this research. Like, but after you this workshop, I feel like get some inspiration from from your work because like mindfulness
Yeah.
and some resilience. Maybe I can reconsidering about conduct some like project to enhance the well-being or resilience of the ICU nurse
I
or
think so.
also ICU patient because we can build up some like a routine practice for our patient. It no need to quite long time, but like you said, just 3 or 5 minutes, but it's quite meaningful for a patient because they have a serious sleep disorder disturbance for our ICU patient. Maybe I can reconsider this situation for my future research.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much.
Extra bonus coming from
Yeah. Because I appreciate I have a choice to join this workshop today, and I also I enjoy this research because, like you said, the paradigm is shifting to the positive psychology. So I think it's good for us because our nurse always focus about caring others but ignore their self health. It makes me like we all healthy human being, but after take care of others, we facing some physical, psychological problem. I think it's unfair for us. That's why I want to move to this phenomenon for me. I hope I can get something from here. Yeah, and thank you for your wonderful workshop today. Yeah.
Thank you.